This is the beginner page of my projectile motion code where the sliders only have, you can only change the angle or the speed or the initial speed of the projectile. Yeah. And you have to press space to launch the projectile, where there would be data like the maximum height reach, and also the horizontal range of the projectile, which only shows when the projectile lands. And there's also data like the current kinetic energy, like energy data like the current kinetic energy and the gravitational potential energy. You can press R to reset the projectile. Yeah. And this is the main explanation page of my projectile motion code, where it explains like the different physics parameters, so you can read this. Yeah. Then there's also these buttons at the down at here. Yeah. And like it's more about like some parts of my code. Yeah. And this is more about projectile motion, like it explains this projectile motion. And these are more about like the easy mode in my advanced part of my code, and like the easy, this is the easy mode, this is a medium mode, and this is the hard mode. Yeah. And the back buttons bring you back to the main explanation page, and there will be like a back to beginner button which brings you back to the beginner page. This is the intermediate mode, which there are more physics parameters like the sliders to change it. Yeah. There's like wind, there's like drag coefficient, which affects drag force, and the and the air resistance, and like mass, which affects like the weight force. Yeah. And like there's also the data here like the xy velocity, the initial speed, and also the speed lah, and also the xy acceleration. There's like the blue arrow and the red arrow over there. If you there's like the red arrow over here, which is a, yeah, and the blue arrow means velocity, represents velocity, and the red arrow represents acceleration. It's scaled, so it's not really that accurate, but it's a visual representation. Yeah. So yeah, you can see here that there's the velocity, speed, acceleration data. Yeah. And yeah, in the this is the advanced mode of my code. Yeah. There isn't really any change to the physics parameter sliders. Yeah. But there's like now a game for the projectile motion. Yeah. Instead of like just some bland visual representation of the theory. Yeah. It's also on a terrain. Yeah. So like it starts with an initial height. Yeah. As you can see, this it starts with the easy difficulty. Yeah. Yeah, it starts with the easy difficulty, where there isn't like any obstacles, and you just like plain targets where you can hit and score points. Yeah. Each target is like 10 points, and you can also regenerate the targets. Yeah. This is like the medium mode, where like there's now obstacles, and you can also regenerate the obstacles and targets. Yeah. If you hit the obstacles, your projectile will just stop there and not hit the target, so you have to press R to reset your projectile and start again. Yeah. And also, if you hit a target and score 10 points, when you regenerate the target, it will like you can also continue hitting a target. Even when you hit all the target, you can like regenerate the target and continue like playing on and hitting more targets. Yeah. And scoring more points. Yeah. These like simple obstacles. Yeah. And then for the hard mode, like the obstacles become larger. Yeah. And like that you can also like no longer regenerate the obstacles. And there's also like a restricted variable, like for example in this case it's mass, so you have to be more creative in your way of hitting the targets and scoring the points. You can still regenerate the targets though. Yeah.